Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 with our realistic series. And I'm going to turn around and I'm going to start sort of here on this corner. Be the best place to start. I just want to see if we can get straw from this one, or if it's going to be one of those that will automatically turn off the straw chopper once we head into the crop. So there, and well, it hasn't turned off the straw chopper. I don't know if I've got the mod that allows me to put the straw down anywhere, in which case it would make straw, or if I both of these crops do actually leave straw behind. I'm not quite sure. It could be either at this point. But what I am aware of right now is that I've been recording for quite some time. My voice is starting to feel like it's going to give out any moment, so I think it might be time for me to take a break, and then I will come back and we will carry on with this harvest. Just coming up to the river up here and still making my way around the field for the first time. I'm doing a new recording session. I've had some issues with mods in the last week. Those of you who watch the Unrealistic series will probably know all about that already. The Lizard Rumbler van has caused me no end of grief. Did finally figure out that that was the thing that was causing all the problems. But it doesn't actually seem to have had any negative impact on this map. I did lose a whole load of mods on the, pallets. There was pallets on the ground that I lost. I don't know if I've lost any on this one. I haven't gone and checked all around yet. So that'll be a nice little surprise if there are any missing. And the other thing that I found out is that the mods that don't have all the materials showing up, and this is thanks to Khan Wolf on our Discord server. He pointed out that actually there's only a limited number of places for products in the game. So those mods that I've got that display, you show extra products, some of them haven't been working properly, and like not everything's showing up. And I thought it was to do with the way the map was made, both this one and the other one that I'm playing, the Gelderland one. Turns out that is not the case, and it is down to having extra items on the map. Now, I'm actually really pleased about this. This is absolutely fantastic news as far as I'm concerned, because it's not the map, and therefore it is easily fixable. And I have gone and fixed it. Ooh, it's a nice texture for that one. What are we doing here as lentils? This is. There we go. That right there is lentils. That's actually pretty good. I like that one. Here, there we go. Now you can see it filling up nicely. There is our stream of lentils, all loaded up. So we've got, if you have a look in here, we've got various different production things with the greenhouses, and it's this potato processing stuff. It's supposed to have peppers, onions, and cucumbers. They're still not showing up on his map. I got rid of a whole load of extra mods, but this map has a load of extra stuff on it anyway, so I might have to get rid of more if I wanted the potato processing thing to show up on this map. However, I'm not too concerned about it, so I'm not going to worry about that. The other thing that I've been thinking about, I'm going to be doing all of the animals on this map. You've all basically said you'd like me to do the animals, just don't do too much of them. So I'm going to want to be able to gather up the straw. I'm going to store some of it into our bale and pallet storage shed that we've got. However, I don't want loads of it in there. The rest of it would be sold. Now, one thing, when you're doing baling, the baling is, it does tend to go along at a fairly sedate pace, and for something like this, that's just going to get dull if we've got to just sit around and wait for that to finish. So I have two options. As always, I can just do it behind the scenes, so you can't see it going on. I can do it and time-lapse a great big chunk of it, but I already do a time-lapse, and some of you don't watch the time-lapse because you don't like time-lapse. It makes you feel queasy when you're watching it, so you're not going to want me to put that in here. So option 3 is I take a faster baler. And I'm probably just going to take a faster baler, to be honest. I know that it's not particularly realistic, but we're doing the baling, we're covering the chores, we're doing the work. It's just that we're going to slightly change out how we're doing it. That being said, there is a baler that goes quite a bit faster than most of the others, that is already in the game, and it is quite realistic. It is quite a real baler. I'm just going to get to the top of this straight. I'm thinking I'm going to do 3 times around this field. And then once I've done 3 times around this field, I can set the hired help going on here, and I can go and get a baler and we can get started. I got all of that field there to bale up anyway. So we can go and make a start on doing that, and then there's other jobs that we're going to want to do. We're going to want to get some autumn planting done. Well, late summer, early autumn planting done. We had a field of barley, well, half a field of barley, so I'm going to want a bit more... Well, probably a bit more barley. I'm going to want some wheat in here as well. I am going to want more barley because there's a couple of things that need barley specifically. But I'm also going to do wheat, and we're just going to kind of mix up everything that we can grow. If I can get enough fields that I can grow all of the stuffs, then we'll do all of the stuffs. And we'll just kind of do it like that. But I'm not quite sure how we're going to do it yet. I'm going to show you the baler that I mean just in one moment. I'm going to get up to the corner over here, put the spout out in the combine, and while we unload this one, so let's just stop there a second, and I'll keep this tidy on here like this. The straw is just going down onto that bit. Now we can move. And over this way. Right, while I'm dumping that in there, this is the baler that I was meaning. I can find it. Balers. I have actually had the Kevile add-on been gifted to me by Giants, which is absolutely fantastic, but it's not here at the moment. I forgot to add it in. So, it was this one right here. If you have a look at the... Oh, wait, what? Okay, these are all 17 kilometers an hour. The thing with the Krone Big Pack, in real life, the Krone Big Pack is actually one of the fastest balers that money can buy. It goes faster than other balers. And it's one of its big selling points, is it goes faster than other balers. So the fact that it's not going faster than the other balers is really holding it back, in my opinion. We could go with a Stevie one, which does 27 kilometers an hour, which may be a little bit excessive for some of you, but the Big Pack does go faster than other balers. That is its selling point. It's somehow, I don't know what they did, but there was something on it with the Big Pack. I mean, yes, it could be that other balers have now caught up with them, but... I mean, like this CLAAS Quadrant 5300, which is quite a step up from the CLAAS Quadrant 1200. I mean, you look at this bad boy, this beast of a baler right here, that does look quite something, doesn't it? And then you compare it to this cuboid over here that actually does 18, that does 18 kilometers an hour. That one was doing 18 kilometers an hour, and the one that we've got over here is only 17. And the Big Pack, which is supposed to go faster than anything else, is even slower still. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. So what I'm thinking is we will... Well, this was the one that I wanted, was the Quadrant Big Pack, and it does go faster. So I wonder if I can just find out a moment. Taken from their website... High speed, 20% higher throughputs while maintaining the same density. Now, it doesn't actually state what baler they're comparing that to, but, I mean, it could be one of their previous models. Higher bale density, up to 25% heavier bales from the Big Pack 1290, which is actually this one right here. And then variable chamber sizes, electronic... density measurements, and it's got 8 knotters on it. Although I'm not sure if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 6 string one, So maybe this is one with 12. Some of them have double knotters, basically a knotter set at the top and a knotter set at the bottom. I don't think this one does, though. Doesn't look like it, because those needles there, they go all the way up through. But I don't see any sign of any knotters in under there. But anyway, this one is supposed to go faster. It's supposed to have denser bales. You put more into the bale, that sort of thing. We can't do that in this game. We can't put more bales into, like, we can't make the bales denser or less dense or anything like that. But in order to represent the fact that the throughput is faster and they are denser bales, they're getting more straw per bale, so you clear them faster, I think that we could increase the speed of the baler up to 25 kilometers an hour. I think that's reasonable. I do. I really genuinely think that that's reasonable. So if I was to lease that one, it's going to cost us 8,000 euros, just under, and we have one that does 25k across the field. So I'm going to go and do once more around the field with the combine, and then I'm going to let the hired help carry on with this one. We'll try and keep an eye on it, and we'll empty it out as we go, and we'll get the tractor, and that one can run down, collect our new super speed baler, and that one can be running up and down and doing straw. And then we'll load some of the straw into the shed, and I think we'll try and sell... Actually, no. We'll keep all of the straw for now, because we've got a big shed there, so we can store all of the straw in the shed, and then we can take some of it and sell it later on if we decide that selling straw is actually what we want to do. So if we can do that in the winter, I think that'll be absolutely fine. And that is 3 times around the outside edge of the field. So as soon as I finish up that little bit there, we can just lift that one up, let the last of the straw come out, and now I'll run back up across the field and empty this one out into the trailer, and then I will start doing the land work up on that short side of the field up there. Seems to be the best place to go and start. And as soon as that one gets underway, we'll then run down and we'll go and get our baler. We'll run that one back up. We need the... Actually, I think I took it back, didn't I? The thingamajiggy. You know the one. Yes, I did. I took it back. Right. We need to also go and... No, we need to lease here. The bale loader, which is not that one. It's that one right there, the Artisan. We need to lease that one again. I don't think I was actually expecting to need this one a second time round, because I wasn't expecting these 2 fields here to have bales in. So we're going to have to lease that one. It's a little bit more money going out, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. Okay, that one's all unloaded. Now I can bring you back over this way. I'll set it up here and just line it up a minute, and then we can leave that one go. Move you down in there, and I want to get it lined up there. Right, now, hired help. You go and do that. Fantastic. And I can go and get my baler. Yeah, he's going to be just fine. Right, so I want the baler to go on this tractor right here. So let me just unhitch that trailer. And then we'll run down to the shop and we'll grab the baler. While we're running, we can also go and just check. Right, we've got a pallet of melons come out there, except that, and then there's loads of melons there, and there's more stuff there. So why is there only 1 pallet up there? It's because I didn't actually have very much up there in the first place, I think. Something like that. It'll be fine. I was just making sure what pallets we've got and what we haven't got on account of the Lizard Rumbler van being banished from the mod lineup. I mean, not that I ever actually used it, but it did cause all kinds of headaches for me. It really did. There's a lot of people there, all in the way. I didn't run any of them over. It was a figment of your imagination. Let's go and grab that one. Alrighty then. we now have a massive, great big baler. We can run across the road here. Excuse me, coming through. Very important. You all have to stop your cars for me. It's just the way it is. And we are going to want the biggest bales that we can do. So that is, I believe, 240s. Yeah, 180, 220, and 240. So we'll do 240s. Turn that one off. And then I'll run straight down to the other field. At the moment, the combine is on 11% full. It's got 1,000 litres lentils on board. So we'll leave that one go. The lentils will go straight into storage, and they will stay there until the winter when the prices are better. And in the meantime, also straw, that's going to be kept in storage, and then we can carry on with this. So I want to go right in here, turn off my beacons, unfold the baler. Right, let's go. 25 kilometers an hour it's supposed to do. And it does. That's much better. That's a decent speed, that is. I think that's going to be alright. I mean, actually, yeah, it probably would be better if I was going faster still, because whichever way you look at it, this job is going to take a little bit of time. We've still then got to come back and pick all the bales up, which also takes a bit of time. And while it's good doing the different jobs that we have to do on the farm, I'm well aware that we don't want to spend too long doing each individual job, and that is something that I'm quite conscious of with the upcoming harvests that we've got lined up. There's a couple of them, and I'm very well aware that they are going to take a significant amount of time. Now, I may end up having to sell the straw a little bit early, just to be able to get enough money to properly cover the costs of the forage harvester that we want to get, and also the sugar beet harvester. We're also going to want something that will cut the sugar beet as well, because we're going to want to... we need cut sugar beet. So we either want to build the thing in the yard that does that, because there is one that we can use, or we need to get something, get a machine to do that. And there is actually a few options that we can use for doing that. There's some quite substantial options, actually, for those. There's one huge, great big bin that you can just park up in the field, and then it tips cut sugar beet out the other end. There's, but there is one that's built in. Well, I don't know if it's actually built in on this particular playthrough, but there is one for the map that we could go and use that might work. Now, the other thing that I have a slight issue with is this baler doesn't actually seem to be very wide. I've just noticed we were leaving some little bits behind as we were running around. And also, the straw is very thin on the ground here, which means that technically this baler should be going faster than it is. So I reckon the Stevie one with the faster speed added on to that, so we were doing 35k, wouldn't actually be far out. Because you see how slow these bales are being produced. 35 kilometers an hour when you've got thin, very little straw on the ground, it's not really particularly unrealistic. Like that's actually quite reasonable, and I think that what we're doing here is a little bit slower than we should be. The one I really don't like how narrow this is, though. Right, look how easy it is for it to be missing bits. They've made it too narrow. So many balers in this game are too narrow. This is a real bugbear of mine, and I know I've complained about it before, and I've no doubt I will complain about it again. But so many balers in this game are just too narrow on the pickup bit. They should just be a fraction wider. They should all be adjusted and made a little bit wider so that you can actually pick up the swath of straw. Right? The amount of straw that gets left behind because the baler doesn't quite reach out to both sides exactly is quite ridiculous. See, if I just move over a little tiny bit, actually it's not going to do it there, but Yeah, well, it's left a little bit there. But see how narrow that is. Right there, that little bit that we just left behind it's ridiculously narrow. It doesn't need to be that narrow. The game, the way the swath gets left behind on the ground, it does actually leave it wider than it would in real life. And there's a reason that so many pickups on balers are actually set quite wide. And this one, I don't know. But did you just see that? That wheel was going over where that straw was. It would have been pulling more than that in. I don't like this at all. I don't like it when it leaves little bits behind. I'm gonna probably get a mod baler next time round, and we'll kind of do it like that. I would like to actually try the one that's got the big rakes fitted out onto the sides of it. And the reason I want to try that one is because it's actually a real baler. I thought that it was not a real thing. I thought it was just something that someone had made for a mod, but there is actually balers like that have got those rakes out on the side, and big ones like that we've got in the shop available for us to go and use. So I'm going to try those out at some point. Not quite sure when that some point will be, but I will be trying them out. Our combine is nearly full now, so we're going to need to go and empty that one out. He's actually, where he's whizzing up across the field at the moment is perfect. I'm going to swing you in round there like that. Back you up there, and then we'll jump over this way. So combine's going to go down there. He's going to turn round, so I'm going to need this one here. I've got 22,000 litres lentils on board at the moment. And I will go whizzing on up here and see if I can catch that combine before he runs out of space. He's left some little stripes there, but that's not too bad. Ooh, this is actually looking promising. He's still doing his turning round, see. Go all the way up here. Spin in there. He's on 95%. 96, 97, and then he started unloading. That actually worked out perfectly. We couldn't have done that better if we'd wanted to. So now we just kind of follow along and let the combine unload everything into us. And then the combine can carry on and finish this field, and we're not going to fill this trailer up with everything that's in the field. This combine here, the hired help, is set slightly too wide, so when you start working on a hill, that's why he's leaving stripes. You can just see there he's right out on the very limit of what is of the crop there. That's the hired help setting on there, on the model. It needs just a tiny fraction of adjustment on that. Just take that right. And then it would stop doing that, but there's nothing we can do about it. So I'm just going to park the lorry right there, and then I'm going to go back to this one, and I'm going to carry on and do a little bit more baling. I'm whizzing off down through here at 25k. I definitely think I should be doing 30k. I think 30 would be better. Or whatever the highest speed is that I could go and do. I think that would be a drastic improvement. I'm kind of tempted to go and just get the other baler now anyway, because, well, reasons. If you have a look in here, it's this one. See, and the lizard windrow, and they're joined in together. And I've actually found some pictures of this as a real thing. It's genuinely a real thing. And that does 20 kilometers an hour as a standard working speed. So I'd be quite happy to speed that up a little bit. If we would put that at 25k, I don't know if that would quite reach across 2 windrows. I think we'd still be on 1 windrow with that. If we're on 1, then really we want this to go a bit faster still. So I think 30k. We'd go 30k on there. That's 185,000. To lease that is 10 grand. I've already gone and leased a baler now, and I'm not going to get my money back, so I'm going to have to stick with this one, unfortunately. But next time, I think I'm going to go with that one. Yeah, see, I thought going a bit faster would be a good move, and it is a good move. It absolutely is a good move, but I slightly misjudged it, and I should have gone a bit faster than what I'm doing right here. Just gathering up a few of these little small runs right here. And you can see there, I missed another little tiny bit. Again, it's annoying. It's frustrating. It's really, really, really irritating how easy it is for this baler to miss just those tiny little bits everywhere, and I really dislike it. I am actually really tempted to put the money back in that I've spent on this baler and then get a different one. However, I don't feel that that's sort of playing fair, really. Just nudge that bale out of the way and grab the bit of straw that's right there, and then we'll go over this way. And we'll get these few little bits. There's a couple little bits there on the corner, which is going to irritate me if I leave them. And combine over there is on 68% full, and it's just started going up across the field. So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get right to the top end before he fills up again. We'll keep a little bit of an eye on that. Well, it's not going to make much difference whether we keep a close eye and we can empty it out as soon as it happens, or if we have him sat there for 20 minutes while we do a bit of baling and have to keep going over and over the same bits because of the fact that the baler's not wide enough. And that is a game thing. That is completely down to game mechanics because of how wide they leave the swath on the ground and then how much the baler actually covers out. Like, the straw wouldn't be left that wide on the ground by the combine. Not normally. It kind of like, and you see those patterns there that is being left? That's not a normal thing. That's not something that would be happening. So the fact that it does happen means that the balers should be designed accordingly. And what's worse, I mean, the base game ones irritate me enough, and there is one or two of them that are just a little bit wider than all the others, and the Coon one, that's normally the best one of the lot. That one is normally better than any of the other balers. However, some of the base game ones are narrower, and that really irritates me. They quite. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.